I'll just start with Crystal. What was the most beneficial experience of the whole journey on Idol?
The most beneficial experience? Trying out for Idol was my most beneficial experience, because anything else would have happened if I had done that.
Most beneficial experience of American Idol. I mean, that's a really good
Don't
answer.
steal my idea.
That's a really good answer. After that was, I'd say just playing under a high pressure situation that I've never really been under before. I mean, you're used to playing, before that, you just kind of do your thing on stage, and then they kind of put you in the most extreme atmosphere with judges and cameras flying around and all that on live TV. So I'd say that was pretty beneficial.
Definitely helped you prepare for where you are now.
I mean,
You learned much you
I think that I'm the same person musically as I was before it, but I think now, once you go through this process, I think musically you can go through any kind of situation.
I think the most beneficial with we're going out millions of people twice a week, so I mean that's a big plus, because I mean you're building a fan base, and now we're out on tour and we have these people that have watched us on the show, and they paid to come see us in concert, which is really cool. That's beneficial to all of us, because we're making fans this way.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So person, Kelly got it right. I mean, the exposure is you can't get that anywhere else. It's allowed us to do what we love to do on a much larger level. So, what are you doing? By the way, most beneficial part of the experience for me. Every morning they would have fruit snacks for me, apple juice and orange juice. And for some reason, Aaron Kelly doesn't realize that I'm the one who eats the fruit snacks. He always eats all my fruit snacks.
Hey, the other bird gets the worm. You're always
How about the burritos?
Whoa!
Burritos.
Oh, breakfast burritos were tight. Breakfast burritos and tater tots. Yeah. Pray for that every morning. And when they would have it, it would just be the best morning of our lives.
Right, so they helped
But
you start
I
off.
do think building a fan base is probably for all of us, I'd say the overall best thing. We all have, fans now, and it's fun. For sure.
Okay, so our next question. Louisa H. wants to know, what made you sing and who inspired you to sing? Start with you, Mike.
What made me sing?
Yeah, what or who?
Well, I grew up in a performing family, so I just been doing it all my life. I was really the only person in my family to break off from music and go into athletics, so I was kind of the black sheep for a little while. But then I found my way back to it, and it's home. It's just natural. I say before I talk, so I guess it's just something that I always wanted to do. I don't know. Musical family, and just always used to sing on the mom during Christmas time, and just all around, with the family. So I love music, and it's just always been a part of my life.
Wait.
What made me want to sing was when I discovered that I could, and I liked it, really. Singing, until I tried to sing, I didn't really realize, how much I loved it. It was kind of like, I started to do it, and I was like, wow, I really love this. And I picked up the guitar, and everything kind of fit into place. And I realized that that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm happy to be doing it. So, is there something funny about that? Bro,
For
I'm
me,
super inspired.
I've always loved
Eat your
music.
fruit snacks, Mike. I'm super excited. Eat your fruit snacks.
I've always loved music, and since 9 years old, I was It's actually when I actually. It's actually when I
Just
actually.
15 minutes ago.
Y'all sound like Ellen. How old are you?
You know,
I really got into music when I was 9 years old. I actually started with it, and that happened through we had a talent show at our school, and everybody was doing something different. They were doing magic tricks, or they were dancing, and I mean all sorts of things. I wanted to do something different, so I actually ended up singing for that. And, so ever since then, I've pretty much been doing it. I always had a love for music.
What song did you sing?
I was 9. I don't even remember.
Sesame Street song. Awesome.
but I bet he killed it.
I don't know. I guess so.
I'm sure he did.
It was standing ovation.
Is it the
I was in
the
second
Elmo,
grade,
Elmo
so
potty dance? It's a great song.
I haven't heard that one.
No, I'll show it to you sometime. For me, it was never really. It wasn't a decision or a choice. It wasn't like something like, hey, I want to do this. It just was always there. It always was. And I started taking cheap piano lessons from the pastor's wife in my church growing up because we couldn't really afford much, and so I started on piano and then picked up a guitar. I found like my mom's old guitar she had hid away in a closet, and it was just from there on out I was like, I can carry the guitar with me, whereas the piano is pretty hard to lug around. So it was just downhill or uphill from there, whatever. Uphill.
Dina B would like to know, in what ways have your lives changed since before Idol? Obviously in a big way, but any big changes?
Nope.
Totally
Just go to work every day.
I mean, everything's changed. I mean, for us.
That's an unfair question.
Everything.
Is there anything regular in your life then compared to what you used to be? Any routines that you've kept?
I don't know. For me, I mean, it was like getting a big promotion. Before Idol, I played shows. I did music for a living. I did my own promotions and things. I was a mom and did all the same things that I do now. It's just on a huge scale now, and you got a lot of help and people that really believe in you, helping you out. So a lot of change.
Okay. Diego B would like to know, what was the best experience you had on Idol?
Hey, Diego.
Was there any one big time that stands out for you guys?
I have to say my favorite night was when I actually got to do country music, which is because I've always been a fan of country music. I grew up with it, so I feel that was probably the night that I shined the most as opposed to other nights. So I mean that was my favorite night actually.
I like to sing with the Joe Cocker.
I was just gonna say,
That was like my
favorite time
best
during Idol
experience.
was going through that whole finale thing with you. That was really wild because I remember sitting there with her and just being like, what's going on? We were just like, I don't know. And we're singing with Joe Cocker. I mean, it was really cool.
Yeah.
That was like
He was
something
so nice.
I'll never forget. Yeah, it was cool.
Besides fruit snacks?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The Renton burritos.
You know what? I loved like the off days of the show. Like when we would start, Thursday was like our Monday, and we would get our songs and start in those rehearsals, and then Friday we would go into rehearsals, and sometimes we'd have something really special planned for us on Fridays. Saturdays would be our mentor shoot, and then Sunday we would meet, we would do our Ford commercial video shoot.
yeah.
Those are all such chill days.
Ford
And then Mondays
Ford
were like,
commercial shoot day.
Mondays were for Tuesday to be so intense, Mondays to me were the most relaxed. Because everybody was just enjoying their song. We got to listen to everybody's rehearsal throughout the day. And, it was like load in, load out kind of day. It was a cool day. So I love those days kind of as that made up the meat of our week that we prepared for Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
I forgot about the whole.
My favorite was probably
yeah,
the
the whole-
performances
yeah.
as a whole. Just that day, like you like Mondays, I liked Tuesdays because that was the day we finally got to actually everything was preparation for that moment, and then we finally get to do it, and it was a great feeling.
And we wanted to say
The hometown stories as well.
Visits.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that's huge.
That was. I mean, to get to go home after all that time was pretty awesome.
Moving on from that, Amy M would like to know, have you gotten used to the people screaming your name everywhere you go?
No.
If they are,
No, I don't think so.
think you'll ever get used to it?
No.
It's just a weird experience.
It's not natural. It's just, it's no,